You ready to move on to the next?
Yes.
Cool. Let's talk to, I'm not going to pronounce this, Rykis in Newfoundland. Is it Rykis?
Yeah, it's Rykis.
Yes.
Awesome.
Nice. What did you want to talk about today?
Well, I just want to say greetings and sisters.
You clipped out a little bit. Could you say that again?
I just wanted to say greetings, brothers and sisters. That is.
Greetings, brothers and sisters.
I want to talk about old souls and religion, and
Hey, Rykis. It's not. Hold on, buddy. Rykis. It sounds like you've got the show on in the background, and so we're getting a feedback loop, and it's really, really distracting.
Right. A good thing is to shut that off so you're not listening to us twice.
Watching the show right now.
No, totally understood. It's okay. If you could turn that down, because it sounded like you're almost going to go into a sermon.
Oh, don't worry, man. I was just doing a little experiment with you guys. Don't worry. Just wanted to hear you guys' own voice. You're so. Anyways, I want to know how old you guys were. Like, you guys say you guys were reborn, right?
Reborn?
We were, you mean we were Christian at one point?
No, like you ever hear resurrection or people that know their past lives? Like, I'm an indigo child, right? So I was born here many times on this earth. So, like, I'm a time traveler from the past and from the future. But I'm here to change the world. So basically, I was here to help the world and everybody. And I'm just trying to spread the good news and, like, the truth.
Oh, Rykis.
Not hide, not.
Rykis.
Yeah.
Let's break this down a little bit. So you made a whole bunch of claims, and I don't think we're going to get past the first one, because reincarnation is probably going to be what we're going to talk about. Whether or not you have good news is built upon that claim that you're reincarnated. So whether or not we should listen to anything you say, we should probably determine whether or not reincarnation is a thing, right?
Well, it's all up to you guys. It's really, you believe it or not. If you have faith or you don't. If you don't want to believe in God, you don't need to. Honestly, it's a
but what does that have to do with the truth of the claim? Doesn't the truth matter?
Basically, if you have faith, like, proof it's all around you. Like, they say time don't exist, right?
Stop. If I say proof is all around, if you say proof is all around you, you pointed at a whole bunch of stuff what are you talking about? Let's get specific. Okay, so the claim is resurrection. You're talking about past lives and living multiple lives and time traveling, right? So
not time travel, past time travel.
Our mistake. Past time travel.
Okay. How does that work? So do you think that there's some part of you that leaves your body when you die and goes into a new body?
I'm not scared to die. It's just that
hold on. I didn't ask you if you're scared to die. Listen, please. If I didn't communicate, I apologize. Let me try and communicate that better. I'm asking if you think that you have some kind of soul that leaves your body and goes into others. Is that the kind of reincarnation you're talking about?
Sort of like when you're reborn into a new baby. Yeah, like I remember stuff when I was...
You're saying kind of like when you're reborn into a new baby. That makes zero sense to me. So when you use that as an example to be like, hey, Eric, like when you're reborn into a new baby. I mean, I'm not, no, dude, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you to clarify. So
you know how creation has started, right? How God ejaculated and made female and male, and he made gods. And he separated earth from sky. And that's how and he also separated the sun from the moon, and he gave us seasons from the moons, and gave us time to tell us the weeks, the seasons, and the years. And he gave us trees.
Rykis, you're preaching. Rykis, you're preaching. This is not a sermon.
I am a preacher.
Yeah, and this is not your congregation. So you're going to talk with us, but if you're going to preach at us again, I'm going to drop you, because this is not a platform that you get to deserve. Okay? That's not okay.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Absolutely. I appreciate your apology. All right, Rykis. So you're talking about whether or not we're going to go back to reincarnation, because that's what I want to talk about. Mm-hmm. Do you think that there's something extra, something, some kind of non-material, non-corporeal spirit that leaves your body and goes into others. Is that what you're talking about? Because that's my understanding of reincarnation, is that there's this idea of this soul that leaves and that soul goes into other places. Is that what you're referring to?
And yeah, in a way, they can go. You know how God judges you at the end, like this judgment.
No,
is like when
no,
you
I
die,
don't know how God judges us at the end because I don't believe in God. Please answer yes or no. Do you think that did I properly describe that or did I not? I want to not run past.
You actually got to think 4-dimensional for me because you're kind of just thinking in the box right now.
Okay, well, either you can try and understand or help clarify, because I'm doing my best to communicate with you and you're talking past me. So let's please go back to reincarnation. My understanding of reincarnation is the idea that there's a soul, and when you die, that soul leaves your body and goes to a new body, and that it just continues to do that. Is that what you mean when you say reincarnation? Yes or no?
Yes, it's just like pi. It's
Okay.
like, the infinite. It's infinite. Time goes on forever.
Okay, what does that have to do with my question? You're just throwing weird stuff out now. Hold on.
Okay, it's just like evolving. It's just like evolving. Your body evolves when you grow older. But
No, stop. We're talking about reincarnation, please.
Rykis, it's gonna sound to us like you're scared to focus on one topic for too long. So if you want to connect with us, we're gonna have to focus on one thing and really kind of dig into it. If you jump around like this, to us that just reads like you don't want to focus on one thing because you can't back it up.
I am backing it up. I'm actually, my name is Tunka Tunkham, and my soul is 3,000 years old plus. And you go look it up yourself. I was born. This is no false claims.
Dude.
Okay, why are mummies mummified and have their?
Has nothing to. So stop. You are so all over the place that we need to pin down. If we're going to follow you,
day one, okay?
No, listen. If we're going to follow you, we need to believe the things you're saying. If you talk at us, then and we don't believe or understand what you're saying, then it's worthless, and the call is worthless. I want this call to be worthwhile. So please.
Me too.
Good. You believe that there is a soul, correct? Am I strawmanning you, or am I steelmanning the position that you believe that souls exist?
And it's alchemy. That's what it is.
I'm asking you about souls. Quit using different definitions. Quit using different words. We're gonna define a word and use it. But if you're going to throw out 10 other things, then we have to define all 10 other things. We're never going to get there. Okay?
Yeah, my bad for.
No, that's okay. We're getting there together. So you believe that there's a soul? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. How do you know that souls exist?
Because you hear that little thought inside your head that gives you that idea to have a dream.
So that is a deepity. That sounds very poetic. I get there's poetry in there. There's no that's empty calories, buddy. Let's try that again. I have thoughts.
Well, not God. I'm tired of saying God. I'm tired of saying God. Adam, my father.
Stop, Rykis. If you keep doing this, we're going to drop the call and we're going to move on. Please, we want to talk with you. So
can we move before we get into why we think a soul exists? Can you tell me what a soul is? Is it a separate thing that lives inside your brain? Where does it live in your body? What's it made out of? Can you describe and define what this soul is?
It's divine entity. It's sort of like energy, pure energy. It's like, you ever read about good vibes and bad vibes, and the opposite of so below and above and so below. Like, everything has its connections, just like energy, and how we have, Wi-Fi, how we're connecting to this phone right now, and how my voice is teleporting to where you guys are.
So our soul is Wi-Fi?
Our soul, yeah, it's like Wi-Fi.
Like 5?
We connect.
No.
Okay, so actually, here, look, okay. All right. I think I know where you're going with this. And we had a call like this last week too, where someone said, well, you know how you see color and it's your eyes interpreting waves. And it's like that, but with a soul. And the problem with that kind of distinction is that we've proven one, right? We understand Wi-Fi and we understand how your voice from Newfoundland is coming to us in Texas.
Yeah.
We understand that. So we can't use this scientific thing that we understand to know how it works and just use it as a metaphor for something else that we don't know. So instead of saying, okay, well, it's like this, tell me how we know about this part, about the good vibes and bad vibes and how our souls are connected like Wi-Fi.
Okay.
What research are you citing?
You ever read about the 9 principles of law of attraction? Like, say
answer V's question. No. Answer V's question. What did V ask you?
Yeah. You told me about our soul and how, is a scientific fact about, how it time travels to you guys through the phone, and you guys want to know how our soul connects through Wi-Fi, and it connects through it on an intellectual.
Okay, so wow. That is not the question that V asked.
So, I wish I had asked that question. That question's 10 times weirder.
But so let's try again.
Here's my thing. Pretend that I have not read the law of attraction. So let's not go to a source that I haven't read as though I had. Let's pretend that I haven't. Okay, I haven't read that book. So explain to me what you mean using and using words that we can both understand. Don't reference something that maybe I haven't read or seen, because we have an audience who also probably hasn't read a lot of these things.
Yeah, well,
let's get very basic.
I wrote a book, actually. I wrote a book. It's called Reborn Again, but I'm not done it. I'm still got to write the 9 chapters of it. But I'll read you a part of my book. It was about how I was a native.
I don't think that's what we want to do right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave that for another day. Well, whatever about my book, but
okay.
I wrote a book.
I'm just listening for you to answer V's question, because if you don't answer V's question on this one, I'm going to let you go.
I'll let you go. I was going to actually get my book on the go so people can understand the truth about reality and why we're here.
Okay, well, we gave you the opportunity to talk about it and talk to us about it and teach us, and instead you lost that opportunity. There was a swing and a miss. But next time, Rykis, next time, listen back. You were galloping off in different directions and you weren't answering a single one of our questions, and that is not productive conversation. Sorry. We've had someone call in before and they said that, oh, energy, man, it's pure energy. I have energy powering these lights. I have energy powering this computer. If I stick myself to a light socket, does that mean I'll have more soul? Does that mean I'll get some kind of powers? No, because we actually understand what electricity is.
Right, exactly.
If energy is something else, then you got to find a different word because it's confusing. But right now, when you appeal to these vague, nebulous thoughts and you don't back them up, then you're talking at us. And we don't have time for that. We have people who are calling in honestly, who want to have conversations about what they believe. I know you believe it, man, but if you're doing that to yourself, slow down. Take your time. If it's worth believing, you should be able to slow down, think about it, work it through, and if it's still worth, accepting, okay. But don't just cloud yourself with 10,000 thoughts a minute and not pick up or evaluate a single one of them, because that's what you demonstrated to us. You demonstrated that when we asked you to define one thing, you gave us 500 others. Take your time, bro. There are a lot of people who are wondering if he was a Poe. I might believe that if I hadn't met people like him in real life. What about you, V?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I think he called to pitch his book. And
agreed.
I think that's not something that we encourage on the show. I just think it's very interesting that you could see that at work, the mindset where I ask one question and he interprets it in a completely different way that already grants 10 of his presuppositions. Like, oh, V granted that our souls connect through Wi-Fi and we time travel to talk to each other. I'm like, well, I mean,
yeah,
it would be cool to have that conversation in the context of, hey, there's this cool sci-fi novel that just came out, but yeah, that's just make sure you're listening to what the people are actually saying and not what you think they are saying or what you want them to say, because that never leads to a productive conversation.
Agreed. It sounded kind of like he was waiting for his turn to talk.
A little bit.
Yeah.